for another week of your regularly scheduled One Piece podcast. So, Goons, before we get into it, I just wanted to ask you, did you hear or notice the Ace reference that we got at the start of episode 3?
No, please tell us more.
Well, as it turns out, Ace went on his merry way. He got invited to a party in Oregon in the United States. Actually, it was a gender reveal party. And it happened earlier.
No. Oh, no. Stop this madness.
That's what I've done. That's what I've got for you.
Blame our boy for this.
So yeah, Aso went over to Oregon and started all the fires in America. Hate him.
In California.
No, I'm just kidding.
So there was the California's been on fire for the last 2-3 months or so, and it was revealed that the start of it all was pyrotechnics at a gender reveal party.
I thought it was a firework, or is that what you mean by pyrotechnics?
Yeah, I don't know specifically what was the start of the fire, but it was something that was to reveal the gender of the baby, and I guess it shot off into a tree and set off a chain reaction of death and destruction.
As it do.
There was a video that I saw recently that was making fun of that, where it's the kid who learns about history about this massive forest fire, and he's finding out that it was his parents that set off the fucking gender. And he's like, "No, mom, dad, no!"
Tell me it wasn't true.
I feel like the only way that story could be any better is if it turned out to be a boy and the parents named their son Forrest in the tree's honor. That is the only way that this story will satisfy me. All right, so Crocodile's plan is underway and the Straw Hats are trapped. The marvelous Mr. Prince and Chopper devise a plan to successfully free the gang. Now free, the gang quickly make their way to Alabasta's capital. With the Civil War drawing closer and closer, time is not on their side. While making their escape, Luffy stays behind to fight Crocodile, and everyone else continues forward with the ultimate goal of preventing the bloodshed. Right before they fight, Luffy and Crocodile share a moment. They equally agree it's too idealistic, thinking no one will die, but Luffy admits he can't keep himself from trying. So with all of his might, Luffy throws out every one of his signature moves, using every tactic that came to mind, each proving ineffective. Crocodile, now no longer even dodging his attacks, continues to ridicule him, and with one motion, he quickly impales Luffy. The music stops, the wind is silent, nothing but the words of Crocodile. Did you really think that you were my equal? To be continued.
Pretty good scene.
Sweet. Yeah, I agree. That was honestly probably my favorite scene in all 3 eps, although followed very closely by the absolute swagger of the man, Mr. Prince, on his entrance, dude.
Let's talk about Mr. Prince, though.
Okay. What is there to talk about? Mr. Prince. Good old Sanji.
Called the damn restaurant.
Oh, is that what he says in the sub?
I had this question when we were back on Little Garden, too. What does he say over the snail phone in the dub?
He says, "Welcome."
Yeah, hello there. You've reached the Crab Cafe.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of discrepancies in these episodes when it comes to the sub versus dub.
Sanji makes some real high IQ. There's a lot of high IQ going around in these couple episodes, to be honest with you. It starts with Crocodile's master plans from the last 5 episodes, but then we've got Sanji out here. Even when they make their great escape finally, and everyone's like, "Oh wait, where's Lashes? How are we gonna get out of here?" And Sanji goes, "Wait for it." And not only does Lashes and our boy Choppy pull through, they pull through with a giant fuck off crab, who's just as, if not more, pervy than Lashes himself is.
Good old scissors.
When it came to the escape aspect of this whole thing, there was a lot of stretches when it came to
then there's Smoker, who apparently memorized the decibel count of the growl of every crocodile that Crocodile owns.
I'm sorry. Those are all bananas, mind you.
Sorry, yes. Those bananas that are growing crocodiles.
I don't know where you got the banana from, by the way. I didn't see any bananas in there. Was it the little thing on their head?
Yeah, there's a banana on their head.
Was that it?
Oh, yes. That's not a bit? I thought that was a bit. You're serious?
Yeah, they call them banana
Yeah, they're banana gators.
Because of the banana on their forehead. But depending on who you ask, which came first, the chicken or the egg here, the banana or the gator. And then there's Smoker with that shit. Just high IQs for everybody this time around.
Because the gator ate the key, and they were trying to figure out who had it. Which one of the 6 billion
they were like, you're just gonna have to beat up every single one of them. And Smoker's like the fucking, like, the smart anime character who just sits in the back with his glasses and pushes up, just like, idiots. It's the third one from the back. Couldn't you tell based on their growl? You didn't memorize them all as they were walking in to eat all of us?
I love how during that scene when, like, the water is starting to flood in too, you know, you've got Luffy and Usopp who are just, like, flipping the fuck out. Luffy's, like, starting to pass out or whatever, and they give Smoker, like, a literal, like, platform to sit on so that he's not degrading himself sitting in the seawater that's slowly pouring in or whatever, or fresh water or whatever. Like these stupid fucking idiot pirates.
Here's the thing, right? We need to establish whether this was salt water or fresh water. Because I'm really confused. They go back and forth so many times.
I mean, aren't all crocodiles freshwater creatures?
No, there are crocodiles in the Nile, and they're saltwater.
Well, I mean, I know that devil fruit eaters are, like, weak to seawater as well, but I think they just can't swim in all bodies of water. Like, if it's not seawater, I don't know necessarily that they're supposed to get weak. But then again, Luffy was showing that he was getting weaker.
Luffy points out on 2 separate occasions that he's feeling weaker, and it's not because he's touching the bars anymore. It's because he's in seawater.
It is a pretty weird oversight because 3 stands right next to the cage a couple times, and nothing happens to him.
Right next to it, he's also standing.
He literally shoves his wax inside of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
To unlock it.
Yep. There's a bit of an oversight here.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely a lot of, like, creative liberties taken to, like, push forward with the plot, but at least the plot was moved and we didn't stay with our characters locked up in a cage for 3 more fucking episodes.
I mean, you're right, but I feel like we could have done this some other way.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Well, little do you know that Mr. 3 is everyone's favorite universal key.
Which is fine. When he's not touching bars that are supposed to deactivate powers,
his devil fruit power,
or standing waist deep in water that also disables devil fruit powers
that he drinks to feel better about being dehydrated.
Yeah,
there's a lot of holes of inconsistencies.
And speaking of which, if those banana gators are anywhere near as menacing as they're supposed to be, even if they're, like, half as dangerous as an actual crocodile. They're like 20 times the size. Vivi gets, like, slapped to the side with them. She should have been broken on impact. Like,
gets shoved into, like, the fucking concrete wall or the concrete
stairs. People get hit in the head with alligator tails in real life, and they get knocked the fuck out.
I'm not gonna call her normal human because she did some leaps there. They're like 40-foot jumps around there.
Right. I mean, nobody's truly human in this world.
Yeah.
But, like, goddamn.
So, while they were trapped, I don't expect this to be a very in-depth conversation, but we happen to hear from Smoker a little bit more about the woman that Crocodile's always with, and we even get her name later down in, I think, the end of the 3rd episode or something like that. Yeah. Crocodile lets slip that her name was Nico Robin, and that apparently they have an interesting relationship, and that Crocodile doesn't fully understand or maybe trust Nico Robin. Like, maybe she has her own separate agenda. And Smoker let slip earlier, I think, in episode 109, that the woman that was with him is somebody that's been hunted by the government with a 70 million berry bounty. So,
question: is Nico Robin one of the 7 warlords?
Ooh,
could be.
Do you want me to tell you? I could answer it.
Don't answer that.
I mean, I feel like if she has the same bounty that Crocodile had, which is what they kind of alluded to, if I recall correctly,
his was 80. That is, just so we're clear.
Oh, but hers was 70.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So you would think that would still be relatively quaint of what's worthy of being because there's no real, like, understanding of what a standard for being, like, what do you need to have to be a warlord? Like, there's no, like, lol, did you sign up for our book club subscription? Like, no, it's just like, I don't know what's going on. What are the rules to be a warlord?
While we're on that, I will tell you at least that in order to be a warlord, the only qualification is that you are recognized by the government. So in a way, there is a book club. You have to be invited. You do have to be invited.
It didn't seem like Smoker actually knew her name, though. Just knew that she existed.
Correct. He recognized her and maybe didn't know her exact name or whatever, but recognized her as somebody that the government has been pursuing and did put a 70 million berry bounty on her head. But back to Devin originally, yeah, there is kind of a club because the 7 warlords at the end of the day are only the 7 warlords because the government has established them as internationally recognized pirates that kind of low-key work for the government. Like they're kind of like their own little like mini low-key battalion is how they're supposed to be, like, you know, given to the public in terms of like how they're allowed to just exist and be considered pirates or whatever, right?
Okay.
So they are a part of a club.
So as for Nico, though,
again, I can tell you if she's one of the 7.
I have a feeling she's not.
Okay.
That my gut reaction says she's not, but I also don't want to say, because like the 7 warlords are like everyone knows them.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
You know, like everyone goes like, yep, that's Bill Gates. Yep, that's fucking Tesla. I don't know what the guy's name is.
Yeah, if you are one of the 7 warlords, you are not a secret.
so like that's why I'm not really thinking that like, oh, you would think that anyone that would see Nico Robin, especially being, you know, the one person doing most of the work for Baroque's works, that people would recognize that a warlord is helping that. So I don't want to say she is one, unless she has apparently some different look for when she's a warlord.
I would say that my real question then is, and feel free to either have an answer or say there's not enough information, but if you had to guess what her reasons are for joining Crocodile in this big endeavor, what do you think that might be?
Some unknown motive. I don't know what it is. They're probably not going to display it for a very long time, because I'm assuming that these 2 characters are going to be around for quite a bit.
Yeah, they'll be around for a little bit, but I wouldn't assume that this arc is going to last much longer. I think it's like 20 more episodes or something.
Oh, they only last the arc?
Yeah. Well, no.
I thought that Crocodile was going to continue on for forever.
Well, yeah, like he will, but I mean, once he's no longer the villain of Alabasta, like what do you think's going to happen?
He's going to take over the world.
He's going to take over the world. Okay, fair enough.
Damn, that'd be weird. Just sand everywhere.
Of course.
And
it's everywhere.
And then speaking of Smoker, we got the boy himself being all fucking bent out of shape over getting saved by the goons themselves.
Tsundere Smoker just wants Senpai Luffy to notice him. That's why he chases him all over the world.
It's not like I want to be your friend, Luffy-chan.
I really like that scene, like as they're running away, and then Smoker, like obviously that he has that thing with Luffy. He blushes.
He goes, and then Luffy, I don't know what he says in the dub, but Luffy in the sub goes, "You're not all that unlikable, you know that?" Which isn't like the greatest compliment in the world, but it came from a pirate, and it was like anything but what he was expecting. So Smoker blushes and goes, "Get the fuck out of here!"
But Buck, it's not like I want to be friends.
I think he said something like, you know,
"Hey, you're not such a bad guy, Smokey."
What I really liked though about right as like the Straw Hats are running away and Smoker's just standing there, I interpreted this maybe a little differently. But as the goons are coming in, the Marine goons, I remember one of them like stops to Smoker and goes, "Don't worry, sir, we'll get the Straw Hats. Don't worry." And Smoker just has this fucking deadpan expression. I want to imagine he's just thinking to himself, "No, you won't." we all know you fucking won't. You idiots. But before we leave him alone, I do want to point out my boy Sanji and how fucking savage he was. We talked about it briefly.
He was good.
Golly, dude, this man is... I can't believe how motherfucking smooth he was when he first caught up with VV2. Like, as soon as he catches up with VV, his reintroduction is like playing the fucking slot machine. And he looks over and he's like, "Don't worry about that, princess. We've got this shit going on." He doesn't even call her by her name. What a fucking simp, dude. What an absolute mad lad.
Well, he's playing the prince role. He's his prince in shining armor coming to save the princess.
Oh, I hate it, but I love it.
No, it's good writing.
No,
You're just mad it's good writing.
And then my boy Zoro is such a mood too, because when Sanji comes in with his big fucking explosive
He's really
moment of like kicking that crocodile, Zoro literally just has this obnoxiously large like I am so fucking furious right now face.
Yeah.
He's so mad. He's so mad that Sanji got a chance to have this like fucking moment of time or moment to shine or whatever.
He really has those envious eyes.
Yeah, he does.
He wanted that moment so
When
bad.
he already berated himself for not having good enough swordsmanship to just slice the cage in half or something.
Yeah.
What I want to really compliment is Chopper, and like how like when they really took advantage of his abilities for how he could like get away from the scariest man in the world, with the fact that he's like, oh, look at me, I'm Mr. Prince, I'm this buff guy, run away, little deer mode, to like, lol, I'm walking by you, totally different deer.
I am not the prince you're looking for.
Blending in like old Assassin's Creed style.
Exactly, like, oh, I sat down on a bench next to a wench and a nun, like, lol, I'm invisible.
They may not have a rogue in the group, but they can make do with Chopper.
They actually kind of do have a rogue, but not really.
It's like
Who?
kind of
Who?
Nami, sort of, but not really.
Kind of, a little bit.
A little bit, but no.
She multi-classed, all right?
Right, yeah. She multi-class, so it's gonna take some time for her predominant stats to get buffed up. You know what I mean? She's got a long
She has
grind
to
ahead
wait
of
for-
her.
She has to wait for the ability score improvements.
Yeah, she got to hit level. She got to
So
level
she can
8.
pick up new feats.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. They ain't like Zoro, who fucking went all in on fucking skill or skillmanship or whatever. Or Sanji went all in on strengths. She just did like 2 or 3 stats in each fucking category and was like, yeah, it sounds good.
So before we move on, I do have one more question. Is Mr. 3 finally fucking dead?
No. You think they killed him?
Do you want the answer to that question?
I have a feeling he's not, and it's
No.
going to piss me off.
I think you should trust your heart, Devin. Whatever you think your heart tells you.
My heart is being lied to.
That guy doesn't ever die.
Seriously, is he like a fan favorite or something?
I love 3 myself. I think 3's a great
Yeah.
character.
But was he at the time?
I don't. You're asking the wrong guy. I love 3. I think 3's a great character. In fact, one of my favorite villains, even.
Take that back.
That's a hot take.
Is he a villain?
Take that back.
I mean, he was at one point until he wasn't,
Mr. Buggy D Clown.
and that is why.
Take that back. You get 1 bit. You don't get 2, you get 1. You'll have our 1 bit.
Oh, Devin, if only you knew, everything surrounding Buggy D Clown is all the same bit, including Mr. 3.
True.
All roads lead to Buggy.
I hate how much of a non-meme that is, by the way.
Stop it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know until 800 episodes from now.
It's not even that far. Eventually, you'll realize it all comes back to him.
It all goes back to Buggy.
some way or another.
Buggy is the main man. He truly is. But that's most of the main topics I want to talk about. I guess we should probably move on to the actual fight with Crocodile and Luffy, right?
Wait, before we get too far away from being in the basement room, crocodiles, or when Sanji first calls him up and you hear the phone ringing, at first you think back to like Peter Pan and the ringing of the clock and the crocodiles approaching, but then the crocodiles just like stop eating VVs.
Oh yeah, that's right. Everyone, Crystal made a comment about that too. She was like, "Why the fuck did the crocodiles stop for a
Yeah.
phone
Because
call?"
he's trained.
They're interested. They're nosy.
They're trained. They're trained to not make any noise while he's on the phone. Like your mom throws a flip flop at you while you're yelling at your Game Boy or the TV when she's making a phone call. Like he just like he hit him with the chancla a couple times while they were eating somebody, and they just learned from there. Like don't talk when you hear the ringing of the phone, otherwise it's going to be bad news.
Otherwise, mom's gonna get angry.
Yeah. Except in this case, mom is Crocodile.
That's my new headcanon. That's my new headcanon. Crocodile secretly just fucking every single time any of them makes any noise when he's on the phone with somebody, he just kicks the shit out of them or just
Yeah.
murders them.
What he does is he pulls off his shoe and he holds it in his hand menacingly, like opens his eyes real wide.
Yup, absolutely, dude.
That's all. I just needed to make sure that we didn't overlook this.
You got it. I respect it. But probably let's maybe move on to the fight. Do we have thoughts on the fight? Good.
I
bad?
do.
Oh boy, here we go.
I loved the fight except for one thing.
Oh,
Everything about the fight was amazing. The choreography showing how nothing Luffy does is even phasing him. The amount of like menace from just like showing how much control Crocodile has over the combat, the scenario where he throws that thing in the sand, saying, you know, he's at no point is he not in control in this entire fight, which is what's amazing because it shows just how powerful he is as a villain. And it's just like, I loved it all, but then there's this one fucking thing that made me cringe so hard, and it was the gum munch. And my first words that I wrote was, I cannot believe we got inspiration from Wapol. There is no God.
I for one welcome our munch overlord.
Stop this.
He has taken a note from each villain and taken one of their moves or something like that. He did that twirly thing for Arlong. Apparently, he's got the munch thing now from goddamn Wapol.
And I think the first time he did the net was for
Was the
either
Arlong
Kuro.
Park, I think.
Well, he
No,
did it
pretty-
in Arlong Park when he caught him, but I think he did it on Kuro to catch him when he was moving really fast or something like that. The net thing was something
he
that
did like a version of it.
yeah. Like he
And
came
then
up.
he also did I think he did the axe, the one where he brings his his leg all the way up and down, also in Arlong.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
I think
Most of his abilities, like new moves, are in the Arlong, from what I could tell.
Well, that's the last major villain we fought.
seeing all of Luffy's moves in this particular fight, this is probably the most Luffy fighting we've seen in any fight yet,
Yeah.
honestly. And unfortunately, he didn't land a single punch, but at least he was doing stuff. And there was like actually a fight.
He was really betting on that bazooka, by the way.
Oh
He
yeah,
was like, this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the one that found it.
This has never not worked before.
I like the idea too. Crocodile has a line in there where he's talking about how useless it is for Luffy to be fighting him because he has no training, and that Crocodile's undergone all of this training to like utilize and
Yes.
maximize the full goddamn potential of his
Potential
power.
of like a devil fruit.
You may have devil fruit powers, but you lack discipline and training. With that, your skills could be as formidable as any. But you're not there yet. Like so many fools, you waste time obsessing over your abilities. Gimmicks get you only so far in a fight without the skill sets to back them up.
Yeah.
Well, that's what like I liked about this whole like just seeing how the difference in power between the two, where it's like it's showing like it with him just displaying his power of like how much stronger he is with his devil fruit. It shows the opportunity of how devil fruit can grow in this universe, where it's like before we're just kind of like, oh lol, like you got your devil fruit, you might do some wacky zany thing by kicking harder.
yeah.
Other dumb gimmick.
you have a gimmick. Go ahead.
While Crocodile has like you could see it in his attacks where he has this like menacing aura on his sand where it's like there's something about it. We don't know what it is, but there's something about the sand that he's improving upon that's making it vastly stronger than his normal just like suck no jutsu.
I'm glad that you're picking up on that, because funny enough, that's a major callback a lot longer down the line. He's laying the groundwork for exactly what you just said, that you can kind of expand on your devil fruit. And
Yeah.
honestly, for a long time, we don't see that sort of growth, at least not out of anyone that isn't a main character, for a little while. And they will expand on it even more later down the line. They'll give you like little like tidbits here and there, like feed you more. But someone like Crocodile is, he's somebody, he sees Luffy and he likes his, he likes his vigor, his attitude, maybe to an extent. At least he can like recognize that he's like a go-getter. But the first thing he sees is like, yeah, you're super sporadic. You have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You just think that as long as you have stretchy powers that you're going to win every fight. But you got me, and I'm just telling you, kid, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm good in the battlefield.
I wanted to talk about Yuba though. That is one thing I do want to talk about because I have a feeling just based off of what was said that there's something about Yuba that pissed Crocodile off.
What was that?
I don't know.
I think it's just the old man. I think it's the old man specifically trying to keep Yuba alive that annoys him when everyone else laid down and rolled over for him.
You're right, but I think there's also a secret objective that we don't know about, which was kind of hinted about this. So if we kind of go back to that episode, their strain of episodes, when we got to Yuba, there was the part where with what I'm shown, all I know is that for some reason, because of how intricate Crocodile's talking about how much he wants to annihilate Yuba, it could mean the fact of how resilient it is with that old man, still living there, even though it's being decimated every single day, essentially. And the fact that maybe there's like with the hint of the the hidden city that's near there, like who knows what could be his other goals, what I was saying.
Ooh. I mean, you're
maybe there's something about it why he wants control of Alabasta. And there's something dealing with that specific rune or room or temple or God knows what. I don't know. And that's why he's trying to decimate this country and make it almost uninhabitable there so that he can go there because he can survive in the sand because he likes the sand, unlike Anakin. And
son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. And like there's something about that I want to say where it's like he's obsessing over and he's pissed off that the one guy is surviving. That's why he keeps pummeling it with these tornadoes.
Devin's starting to ask the real questions. that is the biggest question that I was waiting for somebody to ask is why is Crocodile trying to take over Alabasta?
One of the characters asked that question. I think it was Spoker on several occasions. Specifically, he does it in this episode, but he's done it before. When upon realizing that Crocodile is the one who's behind Baroque's works and all that, he goes, "Why? What would be the point? Why?" I think, and specifically in these episodes, he does it in relation to Nico because he goes, "If she's involved, what's really going on here?" Because if it was just Crocodile, I guess if it was just Crocodile, he'd be more willing to believe it was just country conquest. But with Nico there, something about Nico makes it so that there's got to be something else going on here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really like that they start to lay that groundwork in these last couple episodes that Crocodile does potentially have other goals.
Picture.
Yeah, there really is possibly a bigger picture going on.
There's a bigger picture, and it's because of Nico.
I just also like the thought of like so we know like I know obviously like the it got me thinking just now like about the obelisk that we saw, and it's like it got me thinking about like let's think big picture. Well, we know that Crocodile sort of wants to change, I guess, the order of the Grand Line, I guess we could argue. Maybe.
I can tell you he's got some opinions on the Grand Line, that's for sure.
So, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, well, how the fuck did the Grand Line end this way? And why are these, super giant obelisks, buried in time almost? And part of me wonders maybe those obelisks had something to do with the creation of the Grand Line.
Oh man, dude, you are getting
you're going deep down this rabbit hole.
You're starting to supersede Christian in details.
I see the tinfoil hat on your head has started growing.
We've gotten one phase brighter on the transcendence.
Well, it's just like because like when you think about it, if you had the ability to change the Grand Line. And so, like, I'm just like piecing the puzzle pieces together. It's like, why would they want this? And again, it's conspiracy hat mode. But like, it's like, what if he wants to like change the geography of the Grand Line with these, things? If that's what they're capable of.
Man,
now, granted, I don't know what the fuck they're capable of. I don't even know the context of them.
I think that Crocodile just wants Alabasta because it goes really good with his brand.
True.
You're right.
I'm just saying. Alabasta is very on brand.
He just wants to suck up all the sand. He just wants it all.
He just wants to control all the sand.
Once everyone's dead and he's the only one there, he's just going to be going out and making sand angels every day.
Making his sand castles.
Yeah.
He's going to live in the sand castle.
It's going to be like flicking fucking sand chunks off the top of his roof and goes, I love sand. It's rough, it's coarse, and it gets everywhere.
You do get a little bit of that in this episode when he like kicks up the sandstorm initially. He goes, yes, sand, nice and dry.
I seriously got some hard Star Wars vibes from it. But it's like the opposite universe where Anakin was born on a wet planet.
I also love that scene when he does stab Luffy too. The hook is kind of disproportionately drawn, I will say, in the silhouette.
It's anime,
fuck it. But the silhouette of the hook, I mean, we already talked about how good of a moment it was. Like, as soon as he says Yuba is dead, and it just fucking dead silent, and you just see the sand going away in the distance.
It's so menacing.
And then you see
it's so good.
You see Crocodile having pierced Luffy. You just see Luffy dripping, and he literally just tosses him into the dirt like he's nothing. What a guy, dude. What a man.
Everything, this whole fight was just like Crocodile just like overwhelming him entirely. It's almost like reminiscent of like Mihawk when he iced fucking Zoro. The way that it was done though was vastly different. While like Mihawk kind of respected him as a swordsman, while Crocodile was just like, get this trash out of my face. It's like seeing him like throw him on the like talking or like monologuing to himself and killing him. Hypothetically, we all know he's not going to be dead, but
right, yeah, because I was gonna lead the I forgot I was gonna say that. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, guys. Yeah, that's the end of One Piece. Thank you for joining us for the cast. This is the last episode.
A much darker, better show would have done that. Luffy would have died there, and we would have gotten a different main character. Which who do you think would Zoro? Sanji?
Nah, this is what would happen. Luffy would die, and then we would just move on to a completely new set of characters, and then we would follow their journey to be king of the pirate.
Well, we return back to the crew members we've left behind. Kobe. And El
Oh shit! It would be Kobe. Damn, that would be a good story.
Kobe learns of Luffy's death and he seeks revengeance on Crocodile.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying,
great.
dude. That's what I'm saying.
That'd be amazing, dude. Like, I don't fuck Crocodile. I don't care about
We get
Crocodile.
a quick montage of him
my
training
God.
for like a year or two, becoming badass without the
Eating
use.
a fruit,
nah,
maybe.
fuck the fruit. He's gonna beat Crocodile with his own 2 hands.
He starts wearing the straw hat. He finds the straw hat in the desert.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sweet, though. So, like, Luffy dies, then we switch over to Kobe. It'd be so
It's
sweet.
just Kobe learning of his death like 4 months later and going, "Oh fuck!" He just finds it in a newspaper one day, or maybe some dude runs into headquarters and goes, "Holy shit, Straw Hat Luffy's dead!" Or you can take the poster down, Jimmy. The Straw Hat Luffy's dead, and Kobe goes, "Nani?"
Because then we get world building on the marine side, and that'd be super sweet.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Man.
So if Luffy dies, the new protagonist will be Kobe. Welcome to my
Kobe,
TED Talk. Thank you for joining me for
100%.
my TED Talk.
You're welcome, Oda. That one's for free.
someone Photoshop Kobe with a straw hat on.
Facts, dude, please. That has to exist.
That definitely exists.
Is it too early to ask how we think Luffy's going to beat Crocodile?
I could answer.
I know you know the answer. But all right, it's too early to ask.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's too early to ask because one, we got to make sure he's alive first. Which, lol, spoiler alert, he probably will be.
The question is, how does he survive?
Not my goddamn problem.
It will be next episode.
It's gonna be some bullshit of like he never stabbed him the whole
The
time.
first thing that Devin's going to say is be like, so I've got a problem.
So seeing as we see how strong what's his face Crocodile is now, you think he could 1v1 this man Mihawk
easily.
Wow.
easily? Wow.
Ooh,
I don't-
easily.
no.
Wow.
Easily is way overstepping, I think, here. I think, man, it's tough. If it came out that Mihawk had a devil fruit, I'd say Mihawk probably wins. But if I don't think Mihawk has a devil fruit.
I find it interesting that that it seems to be the common theme that if you have a devil fruit, that must mean that you have strength.
No. It's not about that. It's about like if you took Zoro, who's already a strong character, and gave him a devil fruit, he doesn't regress in strength. He gets more powerful because he has an extra thing to add to his arsenal. Mihawk is already clearly a talented swordsman.
Hold on. Another big brain think moment. All right. So when Mihawk attacks the ships and everything with his ranged attacks, we see like almost like a black like slash like motion go through where it's like he's not actually slicing it, but he's causing something to slice in the air, right?
Yes, sure.
And we know that these characters are going to need these upgrades of like ranged attacks. You've already spoiled that factor of like, oh, some people are going to start getting the more long range attacks, right?
Yes.
And we've just established right now that with Devil Fruit that you can increase your power. And we saw with that he added like a menacing aura to his ability.
Mm-hmm.
What if that aura is like almost like, remember like how in like Naruto with like Sage Jutsu and shit like that, where like they start like training like their chakra and shit like that?
Mhm.
Yes.
It's a similar kind of thing where in this universe, these people who are super powerful have learned to, because let's be real, this is Japanese. They focus on your spiritual energy all the time. What if the upgrades are going to be spiritual stuff? So it's like going to be like unlocking like the inner gates in you or whatever to get stronger to then amplify your abilities currently. So that's why Mihawk has his blades be amplified tenfold.
It's like Rock Lee. You find the power from inside by unleashing your inner gates and shit.
Exactly. That's my big brain think moment for
Doing a lot
these
of thinking out
abilities.
here.
Brendan sounds like he's screaming. You okay, bud?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Brendan's like, shit, he knows! He knows!
Abort.
Shut up. You don't know anything.
Fucking Among Us meme, emergency meeting.
I was literally thinking, I'm in my mind, I'm like slowly seeing like just any meme of like any dude being like really wide-eyed, like slowly coming to
Oh, like the WrestleMania one where it's like the like the glowing eyes, the rich guy.
You have no idea.
First scene, stop. Second scene, please stop. Third scene, stop. Fourth scene, cease.
I'm not smiling and sweating. You're smiling and sweating.
Shit, they're on to us.
Oh, no, go! Run! Flee!
So you think Crocodile would win, huh?
I don't know.
Nah.
I mean, we'd have to see more of their arsenals. Because, like, with Mihawk, we barely scraped the surface. And with Crocodile, we're just now getting a little bit more development of the universe. So we don't really even know in comparison.
I wanted to
the
see
two.
more of his hand sword thing.
Yeah, dude, same. I actually kind of forgot that was even a move. Like, that's really fucking sweet.
I believe he calls it an Espada, right?
Espada, yes.
I know he calls
Some shit like that.
those tornado sables, and yeah, I think that the hand blade was like a spada or something like that.
The Spanish sword.
I know that because Bleach.
It's true. Good arc, by the way.
Really good arc. Best Bleach arc there was. Should have just stopped. Should
My
have just
favorite
stopped.
is Clorox.
Same.
Oh my god.
Nice and
Still didn't
simple.
cut that.
We almost made it through an episode. I want to point that out. We almost made it through one without saying that, and Jordy fucking killed it. That would have been like the first one in like seven fucking episodes.
There's a lot of mental didn't cut that.
Oh, we know.
Oh, we know. All right. Well, is there anything else anyone wants to mention about the episodes or the fight or?
I just want to emphasize, like, did they change the art style also a little bit more too when it came to character models?
I kind of feel like they are still
Like they went a lot darker, I think, with tone. Like
Yes.
with like Sanji, like he got like a little bit more serious tones, and I don't know what it was. And like with like when it came to like Crocodile, like they definitely went dark for that palette.
I think the character models might have stayed sort of similar, but the actual way they're doing things is ramping up.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to some of the upcoming stuff. I would say it stays mostly like this for a good like another 100 episodes, but oh boy, once we're almost there, baby, we're almost there.
They are adding more tones of color and shading.
Yeah, dude, you love to see it. I love the shading in this show. They really they do a lot of good stuff with all the negative space, in my personal opinion.
They don't do that anymore
They just
in any show ever.
They just, I mean, it's there. They have like some negative space. They just don't utilize it like they used to in some of these older.
Not like this, dude.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Absolutely not like this. It's a damn shame.
What the fuck do you mean by negative space?
The space that isn't taken up by like the main characters or things that are right in front of your face. Negative
Yeah.
space is like the background.
Okay.
Or even just like when you're talking about shading, like the negative space could be like how you do like shadows over somebody's arms and stuff like that.
It won't be like the shading won't like fade out and feather through. It'll just be like one solid gray color.
Right. And it's just kind of like, well,
It's lackluster.
yeah. It just doesn't have the same kind of life to it.
It's true.
Okay, so I ask the group again, is there anything else anyone wants to talk about the episodes?
Just on a slightly lighter side to the fight between Luffy and Crocodile. Every time Luffy went for a punch against Crocodile and just like he hits nothing or just hits sand and it just out the side of him, it just like it felt like Luffy's frustration felt like, imagine going to like one of those places where you like get to just pay $20 and buy like a stack of glass or plates and shit, and you just get to go in there with a bat, break it all. Like imagine going there and like pulling up to bat and like going in for the swing, and the first thing you hit turns out to just be a pillow. Like it's a pillow in the shape of glass, a glass vase or something. Like that's just like imagine your frustration at that moment. Just be like, I came here to let off some steam, and now I'm angrier than I was before.
No, I got one better than that. Have you ever had a dream where you fight someone?
Yes.
You feel like your punches don't actually hit?
Yes.
Or you try to run. You try to run in your dream, but all you can do is crawl.
Exactly.
Or you're watching a video on Facebook and some dude takes a knife to a shoe and then he cuts into it and you're like, no, don't cut that shoe, and then it turns out to be a cake.
I don't know that one. I'll be honest.
What, you've never seen those videos?
It's all cake.
I haven't. No.
You haven't been caked
Oh,
before?
man. We're going to have to enlighten you at the end once we're done recording here.
Yeah. I have the perfect video.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I have not been caked.
That's it. That's the meme.
So we have a new thing for the weekly grab bag.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's called Name to be Determined. The recommendations tab.
What? The recommendations tab.
I want to keep it that. The name to be determined.
No, there are a bunch of them are to be determined. We don't know the debate one yet. So there's a recommendations tab. It can be anything, literally anything. You like crackers? Recommend a brand of crackers.
Oh,
I recommend you all go on YouTube and look up videos of that dude taking a knife to objects that look like real objects, but then he cuts into them and they're
Second
cake.
turn.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say that these are alphabetically based. Every week it lands on this, we get a different person.
all right. So am I going to do that this week?
Yep.
Well, to our lovely listeners, I would like to recommend Cobra Kai. I did finally start picking it
Oh.
up on Netflix, and
I've been telling you.
I know you've been telling me. I'm going to say this though: the first episode, the only fight scene they have, fucking meh. To be completely honest, I was
What? You don't like
that fight.
you don't like
Nah,
you don't like that dude beating up those kids?
it was fucking. It
Go
was
on.
something.
I'm
It was
listening.
a thing.
I'm listening.
Dude beats up some kids. The choreography was kind of.
Yes, officer, this one right here.
But I will say, I didn't love the main character after the first episode, but I'm now like 3 episodes in, and the premise is growing on me more
He
and
grows
more.
on you.
Yeah.
He grows on you.
So
Trust me.
I am actually very much looking forward to the first season and hopefully the second season, assuming that it ends up maintaining quality, because it feels like it's getting better as opposed to, it doesn't start strong and tamper off. It feels like, if anything, every episode's getting better. So that's good.
Season 2 finale, it's a choice, all right?
Isn't that a YouTube only exclusive?
It got picked up by Netflix, which is why I am recommending
Really?
it. Yes, sir.
Well, I don't know that they're
Huh.
making more seasons, but the 2 seasons that exist are on Netflix now.
I think they got greenlit for a season 3. I think.
Yeah, they're
Oh, did
they're
they?
making the third one.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
So that's what I got for you.
It's a good one. I like that one too.
All right. So is that going to be our extra thing? Is that our grab bag for the week?
Mm-hmm. That's so the list is as follows. There's Brendan trivia, assigned debate, name to be determined. Haikyuu. We like Haikyuus.
I like Haikyuu. Just tell me ahead of time.
I'm not watching basketball.
Volleyball.
It's still volleyball.
I'm gonna tell you guys ahead of time so you can prepare for some of these. Some of them you don't have to really. There was a lot of like failed contenders. Like I was gonna do like the most hated person of the week, but I realized sometimes we don't have those. So
The most hated?
Well, I think it would be a unanimous Mr. 3 this week.
Yeah.
What a fucking
Would it?
geek.
All right.
I mean, I like Mr. 3, but they're not wrong. That there's a lot of creative choices made around his character.
Can we just say Oda? Can we always list him?
Is he an option?
That's the option, Oda.
I will
He's
allow
the
it.
one we hate this week.
I will allow it.
Shit. All right, I'll make it. I'll do that
Jesus
one.
Christ.
I wasn't sure about it, but you turned me over. This one was gonna call the Miss Valentine Award.
The Miss Valentine Award? Yeah.
Yep.
Do it.
That's a good name.
Hell yeah.
What?
The Miss Valentine, the Karen, the first Karen.
Oh, right. I want to speak to your manager, Oda.
Yep, there you go. The Miss Valentine Award. Dude, I'm about it. That sounds
God
like a
damn
great
it.
idea.
What's it called? We're gonna put these in a hat and we're gonna just draw them weekly, and whatever gets drawn gets kept out, so we don't repeat the next week.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think that's it.
Did you tell them what episodes we're doing?
No, thank you for reminding me. Next week's 111 or 114.
So is that time for quotes then? Because before we move on to quotes, I have a note for the crew. We also now have an email if you'd like to send us questions. If it makes us giggle, you bet we'll answer it right here on the show. So send your inquisitive thoughts to pandasightings@gmail.com. It'll be in the description. So with that, I think we can move on to quotes. Who wants to start?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Yuba is finished.
Is finished.
You don't end this now! I will!
Did you really think you were my equal? There have been any number of rookies like you who've challenged me, and you've all shared a common trait, fatal ineptitude. And in the end, the only thing you are truly qualified for is death.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the sub Crocodile is better than dub Crocodile. I will tell you that right now.
Sub Crocodile's voice actor does a fantastic job.
Yeah, he's great. He is really good. I love the dub Crocodile, but sub he does hit different.
この俺を誰だと思ってる。てめえのような口先だけのルーキーなんざいくらでもいるぜ。麦わらのルフィ。
I have like 5, so if anyone wants to go before me, they're welcome to.
I'm gonna tell you some of mine because I know you might steal them.
No, damn it. No, fuck you. I want to go first.
Fight.
All right, go ahead, Jordy. Go ahead, Jordy.
All right, so when Vivi learns that the bridge is destroyed, right? She thinks she's trapped. She's like, "Oh no, I gotta run and find a way out." Then you hear Sanji, the goat, just go.
I didn't do it to keep you in. I did it to keep those Baroque works creeps out, Gorgeous. It's one part of the plan, you see.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. God damn it, I fucking hate you.
Wasn't that from a movie? Like, isn't that like a movie line?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure it is.
He turned that suave real high.
The suave factor just fucking went to 11.
Did we ever
with
see
this.
if he hits on the slot machine or does he bust?
I don't think we got to see.
Hey,
Still be cool.
gorgeous.
You probably lost money though. You lose money in slots.
Yeah, the house always wins, my guy.
And then the other one was when they're in the desert.
Vivi, this is a fight that you and you alone started. You're the one who bravely left this land years ago and made the decision to stand up against a corrupt and evil organization. However, don't make the mistake of thinking you're alone anymore.
It's a pretty good scene.
How about you, Christian?
A bit more lighthearted, but again, we've already kind of talked about it. It's a Luffy quote. He goes, "Whoa, there's an alligator growing from that banana." And then it sets off this dumb, stupid 2-minute conversation between him and Usopp's like, "No, you idiot. There's that alligator's growing a banana. Like, the alligator came first and then it was the banana." And then Usopp goes into this whole like spiel about fuck. I wish he starts talking about something else, like completely unrelated. And then Luffy says something else and he's like, no, Luffy, come here, come back to me. I gotta tell you about this.
You know, on that same note, they spent quite a bit amount of time in that room, right?
So much time, dude. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
But in the episode, they were like, wait a minute, we're underwater. There's a bunch of gators behind us.
Yeah. At no point do they realize it until they're like, oh shit, there's a crocodile just crawled out of there. Wait a
They've
second.
been down there for an hour and never noticed any of this.
Is that all you got, Christian?
That's all I had. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, well, I did lose a couple with that, so fuck you. But there's one particular point where Crocodile's monologuing. He's talking about like, you don't understand like how it works here and like how I'm better than you, whatever. And then Luffy, after he's already like done this like 6 times, like punching him and missing or whatever, he punches him across the face and causes him to being unable to talk. He was like, "Sorry, my fist interrupted you. What was that?"
That line was so funny. Just like you could see the unadulterated rage in his face when he realized his mouth was wiped off.
Yup. Can't talk without a mouth. Can't talk without a mouth.
Man.
All right, so I think that's it. I think we pretty much covered everything, right?
No, yeah, we got to do ham, and I'm pretty sure we have a good contention here because I know Sanji was mentioned earlier, and initially that was my first thought, but I think at this point Crocodile makes a good secondary candidate here.
What? Nah, go home.
For ham?
Yeah,
Go home.
Absolutely.
No, yeah, I agree.
Damn. You're gonna leave my man Sanji out like this?
I was on 90% Sanji until we started having this episode, and now I'm like 60-40.
This was before the episodes, before we started recording. I made this decision, and when Devin said Sanji's not mine, I went, oh, he's on my side with this one for sure.
Woo, Crocodile.
Flip floppers.
Go us.
All right, we win.
High five, Christian.
All right, there we go. That's the ham. That's everything. Are we good?
Thank you for listening.
Follow us at Panda Sightings. Send us any questions at pandasightings@gmail.com.
Thank you.
Bye.
Later.